Welcome, everybody, to the 90s First Podcasting Network. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Mike, and alongside my co-host Joe, we take you on a journey through the 90s content we have grown to love. Join us on our flagship show, the 90s First Show, where we take a deep dive into the first episode of 90s cartoons and TV shows. Then, on our At the Movies podcast, we take a look and review the 90s movies that we cannot stop watching. And finally, we have Test Your Might, a debate show on the current video game news. If you would like to connect with us, please go ahead and follow us on our social media platforms at the 90s First. And you can also join our Discord server, the 90s First Podcast. Finally, if you would like to support us monetarily, we do have a Patreon. Please go over to our Patreon at the 90s First Podcast to show general support as little as $1 a month. So whichever show you are listening to now, Joe and I would like to thank you so much for listening. We hope that you have a blessed day. Three, two, one, go.
Go.
Wow.
Sean, you just had to say that. You realize I hear that, right? Yeah, like right when I'm about to say go, and then, start the show. My goodness. All right. Wow. I'm starting. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Test Your Might. We have a very special episode for you today. First of all, this is our first podcast with 4 people. I want to welcome Jelly, who is down here. How you doing?
Hey, I made it back finally.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm ready to party. It's a celebration. We're at the end of the year. It's the last episode. Yo, there's so much happening.
Yes. And then to
Cicero's
my
got it.
kitty corner for me is none other than Stubby Stan himself, the Mafia Lord, Cicero Holmes. How you doing today?
How you doing? What's going on? How's your mama doing? Say hello to your mother for me.
Say hi to your mother for me.
Yes.
Will do.
Say hi to your mother for me.
And then directly to my left is Sean. How's it going?
Hey.
Yo.
He's so damn cool, man.
I know.
Funny seeing you here.
Yeah.
So damn
Fancy
cool.
meeting you.
He lives in a recording room. His walls are green screens.
Green
Yeah,
screen. Of course,
exactly.
I can't leave.
Listeners, if you have not gotten enough of Sean, he's been on the last episode of Test Your Might. He's also on our X-Men episode for the 90s First. So
Stay tuned. That's coming at
take
you.
a listen to this. So just a little bit really quickly before we start. Jelly is right. This is our last episode of 2020. And so we will be taking a 2-week break to spend time with our family and friends and celebrate the holidays with them. So we will be back in January. Let us know down in the comments section, down wherever you want to let us know on social media, whatever. If you want to see some changes, if you want to help us grow this channel or this podcast, whatever, just let us know, okay? As well as you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's going to be 2021. Yeah. Are you guys ready for this disastrous year to be over with?
As long as 2021 isn't like, hey, hold my beer.
Right. Exactly. Be careful what you wish for.
So today we are going to be doing our award show. This will probably be an annual thing called the Mighties. And we will be handing out awards to the games that we have played. Jelly, don't give me that look. To the games that we have been playing throughout 2020. Just a few rules for those before we do get to them later on in the show. We are not bound by 2020. A lot of us are dads and don't get to experience, and we're busy, we don't get to experience all the 2020 games all the time. So we are not going to pigeonhole ourselves into that year, but rather if we experienced a game within 2020, it's eligible for an award for us. And then we are creating our own categories. Each of us created some to give some games that we played. So I'm hoping to hear some funny ones, and then after that we'll give our actual Game of the Year contender. So, but first I thought, guys, that it would be cool, and again, this is our first one, so we might have to do a little different, little changes maybe for next year. But I thought it'd be cool to go through some of the stuff that happened at the actual Game Awards. You guys ready for that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it. So let's go through some of the game reveals and announcements first. Remember, you guys stop me if you guys want to talk about something, anything. First, we have Devolver Digital announces Loop Hero, and that is going to be a side-scrolling 4-quarter. It's a roguelike from 4 quarters called Loop Hero. So Devolver Digital, they're amazing at their indie games and their publishers. We have Takaya announced, TCHIA, which is a new game inspired by New Caledonia, was announced, and it looks to be a bright and colorful open world island adventure.
Okay.
All right, you got it. All right.
Well, Donkey Kong Island, like Nintendo 64. I like it.
Sea of Solitude is coming to the Nintendo Switch. That is an EA game, I believe, one of their like smaller, kind of indie style games. And it's the director's cut version of the Sea of Solitude. That's coming to the Nintendo Switch exclusively on March 4th, 2021. So, cool beans. Focus Home Interactive reveals Shady Part of Me, featuring stunning dark watercolor graphics and a dreamy atmospheric. Shady Part of Me is now available on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. All right.
Ever.
Continuing on, Near Replicant version 0.1.22474487139.
Way too many numbers. So what is going on here?
It's a new
It's a
thing.
version number.
Apparently there's been this many. Gameplay was revealed, and we got our first look. Have any of you guys played some of the Nier series, like Nier Automata? I think this is in the same. Yeah, go ahead.
So
I don't even know how to talk.
Yeah, so that game is the Nier Automata is in Game Pass now, and that game is like every game. So it's brilliant. Play it, please. It literally is every game, and you'll see what I mean when you play it. And they're doing weird things, so this is going to be another one of those weird games. It just reminds me of sometimes you just name games obnoxiously, and it's so at one point it's funny, and then you hit the law of diminishing returns, and they've hit that with this title. I think about oh man, what's the stupid RPG? Everyone hate me now. The stupid Disney RPG with the key kid.
Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days.
Yes,
Is that what you're talking
exactly.
about?
Yes,
Yes.
the Kingdom Hearts series. So I've never played the Kingdom Hearts series. My only relationship
Game
with
Pass.
Kingdom Hearts.
Play it now.
Well,
It's
no,
like every
I
game.
won't. I will not. Right. So my only relationship with the Kingdom Hearts series is as a GameStop employee and having to remember or listen to a customer ask for Kingdom Hearts 33 and the third remix version 2 around the corner edition. Like they're
Around
obnoxious.
the
It's-
corner edition.
yeah, it's just stop
My
it.
favorite
Stop
edition.
it.
How'd you
yeah,
know?
stop it, guys. That's you just no more.
All right. So Cicero's complaining a lot to start this episode off. Just stop it.
It's good contrast to his background.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there you
true.
go.
That's true.
Yes.
You guys, this next one, actually, I watched the trailer, and this one is one of the new ones that kind of really intrigues me, and it's due in February 21. It's called Century Age of Ashes, which is a medieval fantasy game that showed off gameplay where you ride dragons and engage in PvP combat. Does that sounds amazing to me.
It's like open world Panzer Dragoon with other people.
Yes. Sean, did you see this one?
I did not. I think that might have happened before I tuned in, unfortunately. But yeah, it sounds good. If they pull it off, that does sound exciting.
Yeah, the keyword is pull it off, right? So, all right. Next, Sean, you're a huge Smash Bros. Fan, but Sephiroth was announced as the new Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character. What do you think about him joining the roster?
This is exactly where I came at the tail end of this. And, sure, Cloud's there. You might as well have his other half. I'm glad they put in the Minecraft technology so that Sephiroth can now cut the stage in half. A lot of people are hyped about it. I unfortunately haven't played Smash Bros. In a very long time just because I just haven't been going on the internet, and my roommate, who is lifelong Smasher, just hasn't been playing it, so I wish I could be more hyped about it.
I mean, we all know Kirby's the best, so it doesn't matter who they bring on, because Kirby's going to beat everyone.
Okay, I mean,
Sean just shaking his head. He has everyone's powers. Duh.
I guess. All right, we are going to. I want to hold off on this one, so I'm skipping it. Back for Blood revealed. The creators of Left 4 Dead, Turtle Rock, fully revealed Back for Blood, a first-person zombie shooter with co-op. Basically, Left 4 Dead without the name. And I've seen some really gameplay of it, and honestly, it looks fun. Jelly, did you ever play the Left 4 Dead games?
I played one of them on 360 way back when. It was probably the original. I'm assuming it was so old. It's fine. It's not my cup of tea. I don't like having anxiety while playing video games, and zombie games are one of those things that give you anxiety. I don't play Call of Duty Zombies. I don't do Left 4 Dead. I don't play Dead by Daylight. Nope, just not my thing. I played with friends, and even still, they were just the best of friends and would wait until I was like really sucked in and then scare the crap out of me. So not a fan of those games. If they want to keep making Left 4 Dead games, other people can enjoy them. I will not be one of them. They will not get my money.
Maybe when
More
it's in
power to
Game
them,
Pass.
Nope.
No,
I will not be downloading.
Hood Outlaws and Legends release date announced. It's a medieval multiplayer game. It's coming out May 10th on 2021. All the systems, including Cicero's beefed up PC. Scavengers opens closed beta. It's a free to play action shooter. And opens closed beta then. This one's pretty cool. Forza and Cyberpunk 2077. Forza Horizon 4 is getting a Cyberpunk vehicle that is available free as of this recording. It is available now. So,
nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The Callisto Protocol announced from the creator of Dead Space, Glenn Schofield, comes a new sci-fi horror game called The Callisto Protocol. And it looks like it's next-gen exclusive in 2022. Yeah.
Ooh, ways out.
Including PC. All right. Sean, have you ever been into Warhammer games? Warhammer 40,000 Darktide is coming?
That's Warhammer 40K.
40K.
It says 40,000 on it.
It is. It does say 40,000.
It does.
Yeah.
A real gamer. No.
I guess the question is, were you ever into the tabletop and or the games?
I've never done any miniature games, so 40K's been out of my reach, and a lot of Warhammer stuff is a little too grimdark for me.
Gotcha.
And then I just haven't got around to the PC ones, even the ones that aren't in that genre. Just miss me.
Okay. All right. I hear you. This one is Xbox exclusive, actually. So, all you Xbox people. Open Roads announced, which is a narrative-driven experience that centers around a mother and daughter's road trip. So, kind of that. We were talking about this 2 weeks ago or something, or last week maybe. The kind of Telltale-esque game, and so.
This reminds me. This reminds me of. It's Fulbright.
They did Gone Home.
They did Gone Home and
Tacoma.
Right, in Tacoma. Right, both fantastic games. This game also reminds me of Virginia, which was a game in a similar style. Also, kind of about a rough, like a road trip ish. It looks cool. I mean, I love the other two games, and I love the developer. So let's go.
Mr. PC over there, did you get into Disco Elysium?
You talking to me? No.
I mean, Cicero.
Am I Mr. PC?
I mean, you're
I'm
the
Mr.
only
PC?
one with a
He's
big
Mr.
gaming
Headphones.
PC.
I play console games too. Jelly doesn't. I thought maybe he was Mr. PC. No, I have not gotten into Disco Elysium.
Sean?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I spent a lot of time this week thinking about it, actually, because that was my January.
That was okay. There you go. Sean, Disco Elysium is coming to consoles. Do you recommend us console plebs playing this game?
It did some really cool things, and it's like point and clicky, so it should be fine to do. And yeah, I recommend it, but definitely less than family friendly is what I'll say about it.
That's okay. You could play. You got to be family friendly on the podcast, but M-rated games are you could play. It's okay.
I'll put it out there. You play a garbage person. But
right.
it hit some cool ideas philosophically, gameplay wise, and the ending, at least for me, was really, really cool. So.
Jelly, have you heard of BioWare?
I have heard of BioWare.
Okay. Well, they gave us a new sneak peek at Dragon Age 4. Looks to confirm the return of some fan favorite characters. So, did you ever play Dragon Age or just no?
Nope.
So you're the wrong person to
FPS
ask. FPS. All right. Dragon Age is not an FPS, so guys, the Dragon Age 4 is a long ways out. Are you guys even remotely excited besides Jelly, I guess?
For Dragon Age?
Yes.
So I've said this before, I'll say it again. I love BioWare stuff, but my problem is that I just can't get down with high fantasy in video games. I love it in my books. I love it in other forms of entertainment, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't really click with me in my video games. So Dragon Age I have played, but I'm not a big fan. It's weird.
Sean?
I really liked the Dragon Ages. I wish I was more excited about this, but it's a long way off, and they really haven't shown that much.
Yeah.
And BioWare has been kind of slipping, but I hope it turns out good.
Yeah.
Judging by their 1 minute and 12-second trailer they released, they really gave nothing away.
Yeah.
How could you get excited over here's this cutscene with a dragon, and here's this cutscene with a fantasy landscape, and here's this person looking at the camera, and that's it. It's over now.
I'm just saying, there's another dragon game coming out next year. We already talked about it. All right. Endless Dungeon is announced. Endless Dungeon is a roguelite, tactical game and spiritual successor to Endless Dungeon. There's two Endless and Endless Dungeon.
Yeah.
Wait.
Dungeon of the Endless.
No,
yeah,
that's supposed to be
game.
a period. They have a comma in here. Shame on you, IGN. No, I'm totally kidding. It's coming to consoles and PC. I've seen advertisements for it. It looks like a Mike game, small little indie one. Crimson Desert, the first gameplay trailer was revealed. Sean, did you have something about Road Light? Sorry, Endless Dungeon?
Yeah, I'll say everything in the Endless series, even like they do really neat like things with the genres they go in. Like they were one of the big like with their Endless Legend and Endless Space series, which are all kind of in the same universe. They did like a neat direction on the 4X genre that has kind of just been revolving around Civilization for and like Age of Empires and stuff for a long time. So definitely something you should like be on the lookout about whenever they kind of do something new with their new genre they go into.
Okay.
So it's interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, this is one of the coolest announcements. Overcooked gets the Swedish chef from the Muppets
Yes.
in the game.
Bork, bork, bork.
He is a playable new chef, and he is available now in Overcooked 2, so go check it out. That's just phenomenal. Now, a lot of people I saw on Twitter were really fascinated by this trailer. Season, which is an indie game that is going to be a PS5 exclusive. Kind of looks like an adventure game. Main form of transportation is a bike, it looks like. So I didn't gather too much from the trailer. Cicero, you got a comment on that?
No, not really.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Call of Duty Black Ops Warzone gets Season 1 trailer. Cicero, I know you've been binging that. Have you
Yep.
Have you tried going into Alcatraz? It's basically the repurposed Alcatraz.
Rebirth Island. So there's a new mode with Rebirth Island, and it is really, really cool.
Is it the prop hunt? Are you about to talk about prop hunt?
No. So that is also a new mode, but I haven't played that one yet, so I don't know anything about that. But in Warzone, Rebirth Island, for Warzone, that island is much, much smaller than I think Verdansk is whatever the original island is for Warzone. So what you get is you get a really nice mix of multiplayer along with battle royale.
Yeah.
So one of the complaints that I hear about BRs, and as people who play Apex will probably also attest to, is there's a lot of anxiety around the waiting, right? Mm-hmm. Waiting for enemies to show up, trying to suss out exactly where they are, and then you have then you have very, very intense engagements for short periods of time, and then there's more waiting potentially. Mm-hmm. Yeah. With this new mode, because the island is so small and the circles contract so quickly, you don't get the waiting part. There's just action, like almost from word jump. And what that also creates, though, is a ramp up in the anxiety when you do get those small periods of quiet. It's really cool.
Because it's coming. You know the battle's about to begin.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like always closing on Apex.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed Alcatraz back when I was playing Blackout all the time on Black Ops 4. So this might be something that I boot up again. But let me tell you, my hard drive space does not like Warzone.
No. And you know what? If I can make one thing that I can be upset about is that the way that they've decided, them being Activision, the way that they've decided how they're going to integrate these games on, at least on the PC side, is very, very annoying. So basically what they did was when they released Warzone was it was bundled with Modern Warfare. And So in order to get Warzone, you had to download Modern Warfare, and they've since separated them, but it's still connected to Modern Warfare. So when you want to play Warzone, you're still uploading, or you're still opening the Modern Warfare application.
Yeah.
And when you're in Black Ops, if you want to go to Warzone, it's on the menu. So you can actually swap between any of the 3 games. So you can go Black Ops Cold War, you can go Warzone, you can go Modern Warfare, and you just switch between them on the menu. When you select it, it closes down your Black Ops application and then opens up Warzone. So like this, it's just this very weird, disjointed, and like violent transition between the two. Yeah, I mean, because it's very disruptive, because it's, you're just sitting there like, oh, I want to play some Warzone now, and then you think, oh, okay, it's just gonna boot up Warzone. No, first it just closes down Black Ops, and it's very ungraceful, and then sometime later it boots up Warzone, and a lot of times when you do it from there, it doesn't actually get you into the game. You got to close the game down again and just boot it up, on your own.
So you're saying the violence is you smashing your mouse and keyboard because it's not booting up properly.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
All right. Listeners, if you did not know, Sean's favorite actor is Vin Diesel.
Oh.
And Vin Diesel is in
Sounds
Arc
like
2, which was announced. I don't know if that's true or not. It features Vin Diesel and 2 tribes going head-to-head as they barely escape the hungry jaws of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Arc, the animated series, was also announced, featuring an origin story based on the game. So there's that. Fall Guys gets a Season 3 trailer. Man, how quickly did Fall Guys fall, guys?
Oh, is it still around?
Yeah. But, like, man, as soon as Among Us started hitting the streaming sphere, like, Fall Guys was...
Yeah.
Or, also when Tim the Tatman got his first crown.
They got their 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Their 15 minutes is up. Among Us has come out, and now Among Us is getting their 15 minutes. It's the same thing that they do with the you see it.
Yeah.
And it's a fun game. Like, I enjoyed Fall Guys. I liked watching people play it, like watching people stream it. But it's the same thing every single time. Just ask Tim the Tatman. After a while, it gets old.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Outriders gets a new trailer by this is Square Enix, and People Can Fly is a 3-player co-op shooter set in a desperate sci-fi universe. It's due February 2nd on all the stuff. This one actually looks pretty interesting to me. I like the aesthetic. I like Square Enix as a developer, so I do think that should be a fun game. Jelly, our resident horror film fan, Evil Dead, the game, was announced. You stoked for this?
Yo, can we talk about just Evil Dead in general? Because Ash versus Evil Dead could be one of the all-time cult classics, best horror films. And horror is definitely in quotes there.
Right.
Yo, if we get, is it Sam, what's his name? Sam something.
Raimi.
Sam, yeah.
Oh, yes. Sam Raimi, the director?
Oh, no, I was thinking the actor. What's his name?
Yeah. What is the guy's name from the Evil
It
Dead?
looks like we're getting him. If he voices him too, like, game over, they win. I won't play it because it's going to be a horror game. But they win. Like, it's so good. Ash vs. Evil Dead is an amazing movie series, an absolute cult classic.
You're talking
I
Bruce
think
Campbell.
Bruce
That's
Campbell,
the-
thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bruce-
No, sorry. His name was Sam on that show. Dang it. Yes.
That other
Bruce
show.
Campbell.
Yeah.
The Burn Notice.
Yeah.
There
His
you
name
go.
was Sam. Yes, Bruce Campbell. If they get him to voice Ash, they win. The series, I haven't watched it yet because it's a pay-to-watch series, but I've heard it's amazing. The movies are amazing.
Yeah.
The game will probably be good. I mean, a lot of people like these types of games. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to Dead by Daylight, except for with monsters instead of other things, and just taking them out. I don't know yet.
Yeah,
But
we'll see.
yeah, Bruce Campbell, if he voices it, they have won.
I bet he will. Blast from the Past, Ghost and Goblins Resurrection is announced for Nintendo Switch. I believe this is a sequel, and it is exclusive to the Switch on the 25th of February. So if you liked Ghost and Goblins, check that out.
Yes. I'm all about it. Yeah, shout out to a friend of the show and contributor Sharif Jackson, who is also equally excited about this. And shout out to one of my personal friends, heroes, and video gaming mentor, Mike J. Micah. If you guys don't know about this guy, check him out. He's the dude. But Mike he's not a fan of the art style. He doesn't like the updated graphics, but I am a fan of the updated graphics. I didn't want a like 8-bit or 16-bit recreation of Ghosts and Goblins. I wanted something that looked a little bit more modern. But
it still has that classic look.
Yeah, it still has that classic feel, and like games like side scrollers aren't built this way anymore. They're not built the way that Ghosts and Goblins is. So it's still going to feel retro, but it doesn't have to look retro.
Yeah. Doesn't need to be the nicest graphics,
Right.
but I think they found a happy medium, because I just watched the trailer and it looks fun. Like it looks updated enough to stay current and, hit the kids, and then obviously get us older generation back in going, hey, I remember that game. It looks almost the same.
All right, a couple. We'll speed through some of these. Super Meat Boy Forever gets a release date, coming out December 23rd. So as you're listening to this, it might be available on the Epic Games Store. Looks like it's PC only for now. Don't see any console stuff. Oddworld Soulstorm gets another trailer. This is a PS4, PS5 exclusive, as well as Epic Games Store.
Elder Scrolls Online. Little birthday present to me.
The Elder Scrolls Online, Gates of Oblivion announced. It is another expansion, and January 21st, 2021. That is Jelly's birthday, day after my birthday. And then Sean, did you play Oblivion? Do you think this is probably going to tie into it, right? I would assume.
Oh man, probably. It's been a long time. It's just been a long time, and I haven't MMO'd successfully in a while either. So it probably will connect. I hope people love it. I don't know.
Monster Hunter Rise comes out. This is a Switch exclusive with a demo coming out January 21. It's Monster Hunter, guys. Among Us gets a new map. It is an airship. Cicero, are you excited to be a crewmate but be an imposter at the same time? Because we always think you're a
yeah,
imposter,
exactly.
even though you're just a crewmate.
Hey man, I am looking forward to being falsely accused in whatever type of ship or contraption that they put us in Among Us, and even more excited to be able to play it on console.
Yes. Since the Game Awards, it has been announced that Among Us is coming to PC, or Game Pass rather. On both
Game Pass for PC
PC for now, and then it will come to Xbox, and then it is also on the Nintendo Switch. So,
yes,
more ways to play. And then next up on the list, this has already been out as well, but Master Chief is in Fortnite, so that's really cool. They also added like a Blood Gulch section to Fortnite, so you can relive the old map there. I mean, I still think it's cool. This game really intrigues me. I don't get intrigued too much by Bandai Namco, but Scarlet Nexus is announced. It is an anime action RPG, and just some of the story beats that, or at least were in the trailer, kind of hit me a little different than some of their other stuff. So, I'm kind of excited for that. Just Cause coming to mobile, yada yada. First look at Ruined King, a League of Legends story, which is pretty cool. Sean, did you ever play League? Cicero, anybody? No. Yes.
I did.
Okay.
I did I had a very intense 3 years. It was probably the game I've been best at in my life. But the community sucks. So.
Well, do you think it's cool that Riot Games is kind of expanding, kind of the lore in video game form at least?
I don't, from back in my time, I don't trust them to stick with any lore that they ever put out that's any good. They've had good stuff, but then they've gotten rid of it and replaced it with weird things.
Gotcha.
Maybe that's changed in 7 years or whatever, but
who knows? All right, guys. The last two things, we'll save one for last. Let's talk this one. This is the one I skipped earlier. Xbox's AAA, quadruple A studio, The Initiative, is bringing back Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark, I played this game on the N64. I even played the 360 launch Perfect Dark Zero. No matter how bad that game was, I still played it. But
guys, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, there's a lot of people who say it's bad. But then again, I was 2006. Oh boy, how old was I?
You don't want to mention.
14. Anyway, Perfect Dark's coming back, and they are sticking with first person, but it seems like it's going to be like still in the style of like a third person action adventure game, but still in first person shooter. What do you guys think of Perfect Dark from The Initiative?
I'm excited for it. I played a lot of Perfect Dark. That was the number 2 played game on my N64 behind GoldenEye.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm excited for it. I liked the story back then. I thought it was fun back then. The aliens being in it, the human aspect, the fact that you could do vehicles in Perfect Dark, and it was similar to my favorite playstyle, which is FPS, is similar to GoldenEye. It was good. It was a great game. I am really excited to see what they can do on new gen consoles and new gen hardware and new gen everything. I think that
Everything.
I mean, well, I never played the 360 version, so for me it's going to be a 16-year jump, 17-year jump or whatever since I've played it. It's going to be insane.
Yeah. Yikes. Sean, did you ever play Perfect Dark, or were you just strictly GoldenEye or Mario Party?
Yep.
Oh,
You got it right.
Okay.
Oh, Smash Bros. Obviously.
Smash Bros. too.
Obviously. Duh.
Obviously.
Cicero, comments on Perfect Dark? I'm excited for this, man.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it as well. I'm curious about. So I'm excited for it, and I'm hopeful about it, because my hope is that they do to Perfect Dark what was done to God of War, right? Like, but we already know that it won't be a departure the same way that God of War was, where God of War was a kind of a platformer action game. The new reboot of God of War sequel was a third person, action RPG with a really thoughtful narrative. I hope that at least it takes some narrative cues and creative cues from God of War, where we get a much more nuanced and mature character that we get, in this one in Joanna Dark, and the story is not just like Joanna Dark, there is danger afoot. You must attack. And like if we can get a really nuanced, quasi believable story to go along with the action, I think it will help to justify why it's a first person shooter again.
Yeah.
And that's a fair point.
Yeah, that like there aren't a lot of first person shooters, narrative shooters right now, but like I think that's kind of because we've kind of grown out of them, except for very specific cases. So let's see if they can make a case for why this needs to be an FPS in a narrative format.
I'm really hoping it works out. I think Microsoft not only needs a win, obviously, but also at the end of the day, like I think it's a property that could use some love, and I'm really hoping they got a lot of big names behind it too. Just a lot of people who moved to that studio. I think it's gonna be fun. And then finally, guys, and I don't know if Jelly you played them, but and I've never did either, so we'll lean on Sean and Cicero on this. But Mass Effect, the newest one, gets a teaser, and this is one of the simplest teasers that I can imagine, but we knew Mass Effect, there was going to be something coming. We just didn't think that it was going to be at the Game Awards. So, Sean, what are your thoughts? I know you said earlier that BioWare's on thin ice. Do you think that they can revitalize Mass Effect?
Anything's possible. I mean, they still got my heartstrings a little bit with like the music and what looks like is Liara. So like they have the hold of me, but I mean, we'll see what happens. I didn't buy Andromeda, so they're not going to get me to buy this without like proving anything.
You could play Andromeda.
You can play Andromeda on Game Pass.
Okay. I could.
You owe me a code,
I did
Mike.
play. I played an hour of it on a friend's console, and I made a I can't remember the person's name, so it doesn't matter anymore. But I made a messed up version of an actor, and that was okay. That's all I needed from it.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Goldblum. There we go.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Well, apartments.com. Cicero, thoughts on that? Was my best Jeff Goldblum. I don't want to be added. Please don't. Cicero, thoughts on this little snippet teaser? Yeah.
My first year at E3, I think it was 2018, I went to the EA showcase, and they had a teaser for the next Mass Effect during their presentation, and that teaser led into what became Andromeda, and none of what we saw in that teaser was used in Andromeda.
Nice.
So like none, like I have zero expectation that what we saw was representative of what this game will be in 3 or 4 years. So, as we previously talked about, BioWare still has Dragon Age to finish, and they're still looking at Anthem as a thing and an entity. They really need to spend their time focusing on one thing at a time, and I think they realize that. So we've got a little bit of time before we actually see what this next Mass Effect is. And I can guarantee you, I can almost guarantee you that it will have little to nothing to do with what we saw at the Game Awards this year.
You heard it here second.
All right.
I don't know. I'm just anyway. I do want to play Mass Effect. I'm definitely going to be waiting for the remaster collection. I think I'm gonna pick that up, and then that's when I'm going to play it. So.
Oh yeah, do it.
I'm excited for the remaster. I played a little bit of Mass Effect, and only because it has one of my celebrity crushes in it. She voices Miranda Lawson. So they hooked me. Yvonne Strahovski.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Okay.
She was also
from
in
Chuck.
for all you listeners. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was Sarah.
Sarah
And
from
she's
Chuck.
in Handmaid's Tale as well.
Yeah. And she was in 24.
Well, here you have
She
it.
was in 24, the new 24.
Yeah.
Not the good 24, though.
It wasn't bad.
All right, guys. Let's go really quickly through. Let's go really quickly through the awards. This is kind of the less juicy stuff. That's why we started with the games. But so we'll go a little bit quicker here. The winners at the Game Awards: Best Esports Team is G2 Esports. Best Esports Host, FJ Jokes Deporter. I don't know. Best Esports Game, League of Legends. Best Esports Event, League of Legends World Champion 2020. Best Esports Coach, Danny Zonik Sorensen. Best Esports Athlete, Heyo Showmaker Su. Content Creator of the Year, Valkyrie. I really have only experienced Valkyrie through watching Among Us for some of my favorite streamers like Courage and some other stuff. I haven't really caught any of her stuff, but she averages a lot of viewers, and it's definitely well deserved. I do believe she puts out some good content. Best multiplayer game, Among Us. Best sports racing game, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Maybe a foreshadow there. Best sim strategy game, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Cicero, you have the equipment to really dig into that game. Have you done so yet?
I have. It is everything that you think it will be, and then some.
And then some.
Yeah, like right. It's fantastic. It is amazing. You can take off from just about any airport in the world. You can see any of the monuments or wonders of the world that you'd like to see. You can pause it in midair. It'll do your laundry. It does it all. It does it all, and it does it in VR. And I can get the thing to talk to me because I've got the voice packs, and it's fantastic. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah.
All right. So we all need a several $1,000 PC and some VR, and we can experience every wonder of the world as well.
Well, you don't even need it, but you don't. That's the beauty of it. You don't need a several $1,000 PC. All you need is an Xbox Series S or an X, and
summer.
you will be able to play this, and you'll get everything out of it.
All right.
Also,
except for the VR.
Except for VR.
Yes. Oh, and Game Pass.
Yeah.
Except for VR, and your version of the game may not do your laundry for you.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
That's why I wanted it.
Dang it. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I do the laundry here. It's annoying. Best family game goes to Animal Crossing New Horizons. Sean, were you ever Animal Crossing? Did you get this?
I've never been to Animal Crossing, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't because the Switch is always taken by my two roommates playing that game. Luckily, there wasn't much for me this year on the Switch.
Best fighting game goes to Mortal Kombat 11. Best RPG, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Any thoughts on that game in general? No? Okay, cool.
Nope.
Best action adventure game goes to The Last of Us Part 2. Best action game goes to Hades. That's well deserved. Innovation in accessibility goes to The Last of Us Part 2, which, Cicero, maybe you could comment on this, because I haven't been following the Game Awards to a T for the past several years. Is this a new award? Because this is fantastic if it is.
So it is, as it's named, it is a new award.
Okay.
But they have been doing. They have been spotlighting accessibility issues and things in the Game Awards for the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. But that does not, in no way does that diminish what the guys over at Naughty Dog have done with it when it comes to accessibility options. And in fact, so one of the things that they did, and it received a lot of praise, or at least enough press early on. I definitely watched a couple of videos about this. Was that a lot of the accessibility options were turned on by default, like reading the screen. The screen narration, or whatever it's called, descriptive narration, which is important because if you're visually impaired, how are you going to find the setting to turn it on so that you feel like you're able to see what's happening on the screen? And that's, it's a no-brainer thing because they're not the first game, it's not the first game that's been published where those options were available, but it was the first one that had them on by default, especially the first AAA title that had them on by default. And since then, I've seen plenty of games that have it on by default. Yeah. And, and what it means is someone who is sighted and someone that doesn't need that on, I have to go into the options and turn it off. But I have the ability to see it, to do it. So, like, it's not a big deal at all. Props to all those guys at Naughty Dog for for hooking up with able gamers and talking to people about things that make sense for people that don't see the world the same way that you do. Yeah. Right? That like that's huge. They view the world through a slightly different lens. Yeah. And being able to empathize and show compassion and realize that in order for us to all be the same, you have to look through all of those lenses is very, very important, and I'm glad that they have.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful that this is a category. I think innovation and accessibility needs to be celebrated. It certainly does. I have seen some of the conversation even around Cyberpunk and how inaccessible some of that game is specifically. So I mean, like, just games need to look out for that way more. Best VR AR game, Half-Life Alyx. Did you experience that at all, Cicero? Quickly.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's very fun.
It is. So I've heard.
Yeah, I got to play it at my buddy's for like an hour, and my heart rate was like 120. It was not healthy. Legitimately, I had my watch on, and my heart rate was over 120. It's like 122 when I stopped playing, and I was like, I'm done. He's like, are you sure? I was like, dude, my heart is racing.
Yeah, hey, that's a workout, baby.
Wild.
Get that blood pumping.
I wasn't doing anything. I was standing there terrified.
Oh my goodness.
It's a horrifying game. Oh, it puts you in a world. I don't know where it takes place. I'm not sure the city, but yeah, giant robots, these weird monster alien things, and these, I mean, it's a face hugger is what it is. These little things that jump on you, on your face. And when those things get you, like when you're not expecting it and you turn and it just runs up and it's like, yeah, I fell over twice playing the game. So that happened. It's very fun.
Yes. Best side note, GameSpot, the media outlet, actually gave Half-Life Alyx their game of the year. So Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout gets community support, best community support, which whoever runs their Twitter account is second to none sometimes. Best mobile game. Best mobile game is Among Us. Best debut game is Phasmophobia. Best indie game, Hades gets another nod there. Best ongoing game, No Man's Sky. Oh man, we've talked about this before last week. Just like such a powerful redemption story. I think it is cool in the video game industry. So, Games for Impact, Tell Me Why takes that. Best performance goes to Laura Bailey, who is Abby, The Last of Us Part 2. I've never played that game. I haven't played that game, but I've heard that this is certainly well deserved. Best audio design is Last of Us Part 2. Best score /music is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Best art direction, Ghost of Tsushima. And then the final three, Sean, you kind of voiced your opinion on this a little bit last week, but best narrative, best game direction, and game of the year from the Game Awards goes to The Last of Us Part 2. guys agree with that? Or, I mean, I don't think a lot of us have played it, so I'm not sure we can all comment on that.
I cannot comment on it.
I mean, I think it was a matter of, this was a game that had high expectations, and it met those expectations, and in lots of ways exceeded those expectations. And while there were other games, unfortunately, if you're an Xbox fan, there were other games in the conversation, most of whom were Sony titles, that were equally excellent and surprising. I think the reason that Last of Us 2 received the awards that it did was because it had so much more to prove, and it did it capably.
John, you got something on that?
Yeah, the one of those three that I have a super issue with is just the direction one. Taken from someone else, any game that crunches should not be eligible for best game direction, because that is a failure in directing.
Sure.
I know me and Jelly have had this talk about crunch before, but like a game where you crunch for like a year and your due dates get pushed back a bunch of times, like that's not good directing, especially when there are other big games that didn't have to do crunch at all. Like Supergiant is pretty good about crunch as far as everything's reported, and they did Hades, so.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a conversation to be considered, especially especially with that award. Sorry, and certainly another conversation that will potentially get circled around next year when Cyberpunk is eligible for Game Awards stuff. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Gentlemen, that has been the Game Awards. Let's move on. Let's move on to what everybody has been waiting for. It is the Mighties, our Game Awards little mini show that
also known as
nothing else. Anyway, our goal, gentlemen, was to come up with two. I know Jelly has three, so such a cheater. But two just made up awards that we want to give a certain game this year. So let's go round robin. We'll go with Sean first. Sean, what is your first category, and who is the winner?
All right. Well, first I don't know if you can see that, the mightiest lo-fi beats to Game 2. Just gonna open this envelope real quick.
You made envelopes?
Ooh.
Oh, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what this is, man.
Nice.
I mean, the Academy gave me this envelope. They didn't give you guys envelopes?
Right.
They didn't? Okay.
Mine got lost.
They're still in the mail. Yeah.
Yeah. And the mightiest lo-fi beats to Game 2 is Umurangi Generation. It's the game where you're taking a bunch of pictures in basically a dystopian, very bad future that you're kind of making do in, and it's the songs are so good. It's a competitive field for me between that and like Paradise Killer, but the low bouncy beats in the background while you're taking cool pictures in a really well realized world that is very 2020 just did a lot for me. So
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. We will go down from Sean. Cicero, what is your first category, and who is the winner?
My first category is named "Please, Baby, Give Me One More Chance," the reason that the category is named that is because this is a game that you may have fallen in love with, or a franchise that you may have fallen in love with back in the day, but then they started leaving their socks all over the place.
Oh, no.
And they just, they got really lazy. Maybe they started calling you names. And you realize that you were too strong and you were too good for this and for that. And you got rid of them. You dumped them. You stopped seeing them. And then they contacted you, told you that they changed, that they're better because of you and people just like you. And my winner is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War 4 or 7 or whatever the stupid title's name is. The title is dumb, but the game has changed, and so much of it retained all the things that I liked and has allowed me to effectively ignore some of its flaws while also bringing some new things to the table that I really, really like. And for now, I've decided to keep hanging out with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I'm even contemplating asking it to move in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's a big step, but yeah, I'm waiting. But yes, but that is my winner of the. Please, baby, give me one more chance.
All right. I thought you were going to say MLB The Show because you with the 4K OLED LG TV, you started revisiting that one. So.
Oh yeah,
you fooled me. You fooled me.
Yeah.
We will go directly to the right of Cicero. Jelly, you're up next. What is your first award?
Right. Up for parenting or purgatory. I have Minecraft, because parenting in 2020 with COVID-19 has been a real struggle. And having an outlet for my kids when I need a break is necessary. I'm sure a lot of other parents feel the same. Minecraft is the perfect game that you can hand your kids and feel totally fine with them playing. It's a builder. They can blow things up, whatever. Minecraft wins. So for parenting or purgatory, Minecraft.
I like it. All right. My first award is the Mightiest Jealousy game, and this is a game that I did not get to play yet, but I just love it so much that I cannot wait to get my hands on it. The aesthetic, the way you play, the setting, the characters. My Mightiest Jealousy game goes to Ghost of Tsushima. Man, I have a PS4. My friend is borrowing it currently, and I just haven't purchased the game because of that. And so this is a game that I thoroughly want to visit, and I'm very jealous as to all the amazing people who have played this game and have loved it. And I can't wait to visit it. So that is the Mightiest Jealousy game. Sean, what's your next category?
Yeah, I actually have a semi-serious one. I almost went with my favorite math homework, but instead I'm going with the Mightiest Relationship Simulator. Okay. I haven't actually played any relationship simulators at all this year, so I kind of extended it to simulating a lot of different types of relationships, right. Whether it be between you and yourself, you and your dog, you and your work, and this one actually hits all of them. This one is Florence, which is a small 40-minute game. It's on Switch. It's on a bunch of stuff. Switch, PC, probably the Xbox and PS's. But it's kind of, you're just playing an Asian American woman, mid-20, as she's grows up, finds a relationship, and goes through that, and then comes out later in her life. There's a lot of different things. There's each little chapter, there's 12 chapters, and each one has a little mechanic that goes along with it, whether it's simulating how a conversation is going on, with a fight, where you're just kind of doing a jigsaw puzzle, and as the conversation gets more intense or more heated, the jigsaw puzzles get edgier and get more sharpened, or as you find your flow in the conversation as you're first meeting this person, the puzzle gets simpler to kind of simulate that this is getting easier, you're getting past your anxiety, that kind of stuff like that. It also had some good mechanics about time passing. They had a good clock mechanic that hit me every time a clock showed up. I was like, oh no, this is about to be real sad for me. And yeah, I totally recommend it. It's cheap, it's very short. Yeah, spotlight.
That's Florence. All right.
All right.
The mightiest romantic sim. All right, we'll go down to Cicero. Cicero, your second category, and who is the winner?
Well, my second category is called "See What Had Happened Was," and that category is for it's all about games that you expected to come out and do their thing, but they kind of really didn't do their thing. And the winner of that game, or that dubious distinction, happens to be Cyberpunk 2077. And the reason that game gets that award is because on PC it is fine. No, I take that back. On PC it is very, very good.
Yeah,
there are bugs, but they run the gamut from funny to annoying to sometimes crashing, but the crashes are very, very few and far between. In fact, I have not experienced any, and I don't personally know of anyone that has, or at least I haven't spoken to them about it. But I've plenty of funny ones, plenty of weird ones. I assume that into the next year those will go away. But as we all know, on the consoles, if you're playing the only console version, which is the legacy console version, if you're playing that on anything less than the 0.5 versions of the consoles, the PS4 Pro or the Xbox One X, the game is nigh unplayable. So Xbox One S, original Xbox One, PS4, this game is, as IGN has said, recommended don't buy this game. It has been removed from, it hasn't been completely delisted, but removed from the PSN store.
No, it's been delisted from PSN, not completely delisted from Xbox.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, delisted means it won't come back, right? Like, it will come back at some point, but it's, so like it's just removed. But nonetheless, it's bad. and the worst part about that is CD Projekt Red knew it was bad and knew it was going to be bad before they released the game, but they wanted to get your money and they released it anyway. And and that's real bad. So like they got they're making excuses right now.
But you see what had happened was.
Right. And so basically what they're saying is, see what had happened was, and that is why they have won the award, and the award is called See What Had Happened Was.
I've never, I don't think it's ever happened. Cicero, you've had more experience than all of us. I don't think it's ever happened where there has been a game that has been people's game of the years and people's like, this game is the worst.
Right. Where it won the Oscar for Best Picture and the Razzie for Worst Picture of the Year.
Exactly.
And
it's amazing.
And you know what? What's funny is this is what I think is going to happen for Cyberpunk. It is the 2020 Razzie of the Year and the 2021 Picture of the Year.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's Game of the Year for next year once all the patching is done. But it is just the embarrassment of this year.
Jelly, your next award and its winner.
My next award goes to Zelda Breath of the Wild. The award was the Vacation and Place Award.
Oh,
so
it was like Jeopardy. We got
Yes.
the answer first,
and then the category. So
Suck
Zelda
it,
wins
Trebek.
Vacation and Place.
Rest in power, Alex
my
Trebek.
She
Shah.
But no, I had
That's
to.
not what your mother said last night.
It's a big hat.
We would have accepted Bow
funny.
Wow or Ruck. All right. Zelda won Vacation Place because I live in a lockdown state, and there was stay-at-home orders, mandatory stay-at-home orders. And I was out of work for a bit. I was working once every 14 days, and I needed to escape into something else. And Zelda Breath of the Wild, I don't know if there is a better escape than this game. It has every bit of nostalgia from Zelda of my childhood, along with a little bit of annoyance of weapon breaking, and then the beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, huge map that I got to explore for hours and hours and hours and hours. So yeah, my Vacation in Place award goes to Zelda Breath of the Wild.
There you go.
Suck it, Trebek.
Excellent.
There you go. My award for that game would be I can't stand this weapon system. Anyway, my next award goes to the mightiest time suck. And this is Apex Legends. Apex Legends, I love the game, but man, has it taken me away from some of the experiences that I feel as a video gamer should be experiencing. I have so many single player games that I do certainly want to play, but kind of like you, Cicero, with Call of Duty. Apex Legends has been living with me, though, since day one, and it has not moved out. It's got its own mini fridge now. It's currently
It left a toothbrush
for it.
Exactly.
It started as a cot, and now they got a dang full queen bed. They even made me buy the sheets for the bed too. You know, it's like it's here and it's staying. Unfortunately, well, no, fortunately, I love the game, but I definitely do want to make 2021 a better gaming year in the sense of breadth and single player experiences. So that is my mightiest time suck award. Jelly, I know you had a third whatever.
You nailed
share?
it right on the head. It's Apex Legends. As every listener knows, because I've mentioned it every single episode, the game that I play more than anything else is Apex Legends. So my category was the COVID game of the year.
Co-video game of the year. Nice.
I like it.
Well done, man. You're such a great dad.
So then, Jelly, just kind of rolling straight into that. Is that your official game of the year?
Absolutely. It's the game that I've sunk most of my time into, if not 99%, then 98.9%. I have invested time into this. I've invested myself into it to get better. It's a game that I actually worked at getting better, and normally I don't do that. Normally I just sit wherever I'm at skill level wise, and I've actually worked to get better at this game. And as you will be shocked by, I've actually put money into this game. Not a lot, albeit, but for a free game, it's the only free game that I've ever invested money into.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they've done everything right. There've been some things that I didn't like as much as others, but there's not been a single thing that I haven't liked. A lot of people have had their problems with, have had some problems with it, but I've been good. Every choice that they've made, everything that they've done, I've backed 100% and been okay with and enjoyed. So I'm excited to see where they go. It is absolutely my game of the year, my co-video game of the year. Apex Legends. They win it.
Sean, let's swing back to you. What is your game of the year?
I think, you know what, it's won an award earlier, and I spoke about why it's also the game of the year. It's Immoragi Generation, because it's, like, I didn't spend a ton of time with it, compared to some other things, like Hades or Divinity Original Sin, but, like, what it is speaks to 2020, a lot, and, I just really want more games that are doing, like, something like that, something very specific. So
there you go. What was that title again?
Umurangi Generation.
Umurangi Generation.
I might be mispronouncing it. but I've never actually heard it pronounced that way.
All right, that's
I tried. I looked.
that is Sean's game of the year, Umurangi Generation. Cicero, what is your game of the year?
So, my game of the year should probably not come as any surprise to anyone who's heard me today. It is a game that I had to purchase an entire platform to play. It inspired me to purchase a whole new platform. And I have sunk countless hours into this game, much more than I thought I would. But it really, as Sean was saying, as a respite from 2020, it definitely gave me that, and it allowed me to connect with friends and to imagine and to create and just to kind of do whatever I wanted. And the name of that game is Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
That is my game of the year.
The real name of the game is.
And that is my game of the year. I bought a Switch so I could play Animal Crossing.
Oh my
And
goodness.
early on in the pandemic, as I was sitting at home and really trying to figure out what the new normal was going to be, and trying to stay connected to people, to people that were close to me. One way that I was able to do that was with Animal Crossing, and being able to just escape from where we were, just stuck, and kind of in despair, and really not knowing there was a place where we could both, where people could both commiserate and have joy, and have a shared experience even when you're by yourself. And that was something really, really beautiful about Animal Crossing, and it came out at exactly the right time. Exactly the right time, and it was one of the things that I think really helped a lot of people, a lot of gamers this year. So that is my game of the year.
Nice. Not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
You fooled the
That is why you tune in.
You fooled the crap out of me because I thought you were going to say Elite Dangerous. But
What? Elite Dangerous? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's
not
but
true.
that is
It's been hundreds of hours.
That is why, faithful Test Your Might listener, you tune in every week, is for dramatic twists and turns, such as that.
Yes. That was
a twist.
That was a good one. Well, guys, my game of the year is, I could have chosen Apex, and it's certainly something that, again, it has done a time suck in my life, but to be honest, it could have won this for me this year, just because of how much fun I've had, how much camaraderie and brotherhood I've gotten from playing with friends in that game. But no offense, Jelly, I know you're one of my cohorts in Apex, but
No offense taken.
My son is going to trump you. The reason why I'm bringing up my son is because there is a game that has hit him, that hit me the same exact way when I grew up. My game of the year is Tony Hawk Pro Skater Remaster 1 and 2. When I booted up this game for the first time, and I'm talking the demo here. I'm talking simply the demo, and the title screen came up, and it was the same original soundtrack from the games when I grew up. It just the nostalgia just mind blowed me. It just washed over me, and I could not get enough of this game, and it was only the demo. And then I get the full release, and it's just it just exceeded my expectations. The gameplay, the mechanics felt just right. The soundtrack, the revamped, the up-resed levels, everything about this game just thoroughly hit me in the best way possible. But what's even better is that my son loves it, and the joy that he gets playing this game instantly put this to my game of the year. He every single day before his quiet time, his nap time, his bedtime, he says, "Dad, can I play Tony Hawk?" "Dad, can I play Tony Hawk?" And then just watching him play, it's just a joy. And so, the fact that I can enjoy such a game as one that made me enjoy my childhood growing up playing video games, and just seeing my 3-year-old, he doesn't even know what he's doing. On Downhill Jam in Tony Hawk 1, he dives into the water several times, respawns, and he's laughing hysterically the whole time. And it's just the funniest thing, and it's just amazing to see his face. When I'm sitting in a different room and I'm listening to him playing, and he just screams because not because of frustration, but he's like, "Oh, he fell," that type of thing. He just gets so much joy out of Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the remaster is my game of the year, and it's because of that. So, well, that about wraps up the Mighties. Did you guys have fun with this show? I loved it.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to continue doing it.
It was good.
Yes. The first annual Mighties.
The first annual.
The first.
Looking forward to more categories from Cicero. Those were top notch.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
See, what happened was...
Guys, I did not tell you. There is one more award that needs to be given out. There's one more. And this award is the Thankful Award. To you guys. You guys have it. I thought of this 90s First podcasting idea way back in April, and I said, Jelly, I need you on my team with this. I need you to join me. And so we started the 90s First, and then randomly I was like, dude, I want to do a video game podcast, and I think we should do a debate show. And Jelly's like, yo, I'm on board. But Jelly was like, I know nothing about video games, so we got to find other people to join. And so for like the first 6 or 7 weeks, we found random people to fill in that third slot. And then all of a sudden, we kind of became friends with that guy over there, Cicero Holmes, the Mafia Lord himself, and you joined. And so me and Jelly, we've talked about it so many times. We're extremely thankful for you. So you get the Thankful Award, and Sean, you get it too, man. You've jumped in, and you've been a part of this just as much as a lot of us have. I think of the way that you've stepped in. When Jelly couldn't join, when I couldn't join, regardless, it's been a fun and amazing time. I'm thankful for all you guys. Sorry to hit you in the feels. I see all you crying. We're gonna end the episode.
You're
now.
crying.
I'm about to, man.
No, man. No, we can't accept this award unless you include yourself, because we, sir, are thankful for you. Because it takes courage to come up with ideas. It takes courage to execute those ideas. It takes courage to reach out to someone that's a stranger and say, hey, dude, big fan. Hey, you want to come do a thing with me? Please? Right? Like, that takes courage. And if you didn't do that then, we wouldn't be here today.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, second all of that.
I'm going to surprise everybody and agree with Cicero once again.
Right.
Unless you want us to fight.
Right. It's now the time.
Is this it?
Right.
Oh man. Yeah, and to think I reached out to you for a Star Trek episode, and I consider you one of my great friends right now. So it's just amazing.
Heck yeah.
Life is crazy. You guys, anybody want to plug anything? Just maybe just thanks for 2020, good memories, anything. Don't have to plug, real things. You could just say thanks to listeners, something like that. I don't know.
I wanna plug Christmas. I wanna plug being good to everyone. I wanna plug I watched the TikTok video. Yeah, I want to shout out 2020 because I downloaded TikTok. What? Actually, shout out to Sharif Jackson because he's the reason I downloaded TikTok.
Yeah.
I successfully stayed away for a long, long time. But one of the benefits of watching TikTok was there was this dude, British dude. But when Brits sing, they sound American, so he sounded American while he was singing. But he was in his garage, but they call it a car park. And he was in his car park, in his car, singing Christmas carols out of the window, right? He opened the door and he was just singing it, and people joined in with him while he was singing. And it was completely unprompted. You just hear them singing from far away. And it's the thing that, the beauty of Christmas is that it immediately taps into just the purest parts of who we are as humans. And it would be so great if we could, we could bottle that and draw from it at any point during the course of the year. And we need people to do that with themselves and with the community at large now more than ever. And it sounds cliche, but clearly, as people are dying, as people are getting sick all over the place, tap into the purest parts of who we are as human beings. Live that Christmas spirit year round.
Yeah. Be kind. It ain't hard.
Yeah. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. And it does so good. You'll feel good too.
Yeah, it's crazy what it can do for you. Also, as we all know, the best way to spread Christmas cheer:
singing loud for all to hear. Yes.
And Sean's gonna burst out into a carol himself to lead us out.
Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin.
One quick thank you at the end for the people who made this possible, is our patrons. It doesn't feel like a lot. The people who give, they're not giving tons of money, but what they do give, it's support.
Yeah.
And it's unfaltering. We've had the same people supporting us from the moment they joined, not wavering once. It's huge. It's so big to see them, every month after month after month, come back and supporting us in something that, we were just like, hey, it's something that we want to do. We want to try. It was an idea. It's turned into a thing. And through them, we've been able to get things that we needed for the show. We've been able to get episodes, movies, stuff like that. And it's through support from the people who listen, the people who have been there from early on, and the people who are jumping on board, even now. It's their support that keeps us going. We're going to keep doing it anyways because we love what we're doing.
Yeah.
But through them and through what they're doing, we are able to provide more content. We're able to get the movies, the TV shows, and hopefully in the next year we'll be upgrading some other things and implementing some more cool things.
Yeah. Sean, you got anything?
No, I can't. I'm not following up any of that.
All right. Well, anyway, listeners, thank you once again for listening to our Mighties episode, our first annual awards ceremony. So we thoroughly appreciate for you sticking with us jokers, just listening to a random podcast, but anyway, like I said at the beginning of the show, we are taking 2 weeks off, so take a chance to spend time with your family, focus on those people, show some love, and spread some cheer, as Cicero said. Well, guys, Cicero, Jelly, Sean, thank you guys for joining me on this. My name is Mike, and we are out.
Goodbye from the Testes.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Bye.